Okay, no more fooling around. Break is over. Hey, BookTube, this is Kim at Middle of the Book March. My break is over, so I'm back. Yep, my break is over. First of all, I am going to brag on a couple of friends of mine, Heidi and Doris, who I just finished reading The Two Towers with. We're reading through the Lord of the Rings trilogy this year. And I was kind of bemoaning to them some of the circumstances in my life right now. And they sent me the most beautiful bouquet of flowers with the best quote from Tolkien. And I'm going to insert pictures here. And these two women are just the most warm, accepting, encouraging, funny, intelligent women on BookTube today. Well, there's a few more that I'm thinking about. But they just warmed my heart and made me feel so considered and encouraged. So I just wanted to thank you both. Thank you so much. And with that, there are, it's a TBR, and I never do TBRs, but there are 2 reading events in May that I am taking part in. And one of them I'm hosting with Marilyn Maya Mendoza, and that is Mental Health May. And this is our second year of doing this read-along, and I'm actually so excited about it. We decided to simplify it quite a bit, and last year wasn't even that complicated, but it's even more simple for reasons. But this year's theme is self-care. That's it. You can read one book, you could read a bunch of books, whatever you feel self-care means to you. And you could read a book or 2 or 4 or 9 that have nothing to do with mental health, but that you've maybe been putting off or that are just beautiful to look at, anything that to you screams self-care. And I've already finished one on audio, and I have 2 more that I've already showed you that I'm just going to quickly review. The other read-along I'm taking part in is Springathon. And that is run by Heidi and Doris, I believe, and I think there are other hosts, and I will list everybody in the description box below. And I think it's the first 2 weeks in May, but I have a little stack of books that I'm going to spread out through the month of May, if possible. Now, I have 7 books here in print. This does not mean I'm going to read all of them. I could switch it up at a moment's notice, but I have 2 that I'm definitely reading for Mental Health May, so let me start with those. This one is The Body Keeps the Score, Brain, Mind, and Body and the Healing of Trauma by Bessel Kolk, MD. This is a really well-known book on trauma and the exploration of trauma and how the body reacts to trauma. And this showed up on so many different lists of books to read on mental health and the psychology and science of studying trauma reactions. And I've had this book. I bought this at a library sale for like $1, and it has never been read. So this is on my for sure list of Mental Health May. The other one is a novel. This is Mr. Flood's Last Resort by Jess Kidd. In the UK, this is entitled The Hoarder. And it has themes of hoarding and grief and some other things, maybe possibly agoraphobia. Yep, I think so. So this is going to be my novel that I'm reading for Mental Health May. Jess Kidd is a favorite author of mine. Her writing is exceptional, and I've loved every book I've read so far. And this will be my 3rd of hers, and I think The Night Ship is her newest that I will be reading with Britta sometime this year, but I'm going to be reading that one for Mental Health May. I've already finished a book on audio for Mental Health May, and it's May 1st. So maybe I'm an overachiever, I don't know. But I just finished How to Keep House While Drowning, A Gentle Approach to Cleaning and Organizing by K.C. Davis. I'm not going to review it here, but if you're on Goodreads, you can see my rating, but I will be wrapping that up this coming weekend, so I'll be getting back to my regular BookTube schedule. Now, I have a stack of books to show you for Springathon. And as I said, I don't know, I'm pretty sure I will not get to all of these, but I'm going to try my best to read anything that I want and anything springish or weather related. And I will put all of the information of the hosts and the prompts for Springathon down below. The first book is, this is a book that I received from a book promoter. And I received an email from a woman who I believe is in a publishing agency or a book promotion agency. And it was unsolicited, and normally I disregard those. But this one sounded really good. And when I got the email, I looked into this book promoter and I saw her all over social media. She seemed extremely reputable. And this book sounded very, very good. And she sent it to me for free, and I wanted to read it soon so I could review it. And this is called Earth and Soul, Reconnecting Amid Climate Chaos by Leah Rampey. And exactly what it says. She is a writer, retreat leader, and educator who weaves ecology, spirituality, personal stories, and practices to help others deepen their relationship to the natural world. And this is facing directly into the devastation of climate chaos and biodiversity loss. Rampey leads her readers on a soul journey through grief and loss to also claim the beauty, joy, and possibilities available when we reconnect with the earth. Now, this also applies to Mental Health May. So I'm going to read this one. It's pretty short, and I think I will definitely read this one for Springathon. Rachel Carson's Silent Spring and Other Writings on the Environment. This is my Library of America copy. This book is in my list of 24 and 24, I believe, for nonfiction. And what more perfect time to read it than Springathon? This one is The Inland Island, A Year in Nature by Josephine W. Johnson. Johnson wrote Now in November, one of my favorite books of all time. I've read it multiple times. I've gushed about it multiple times. This is her nonfiction. And originally published in 1969. And look at the cover. That cover, yeah. So this will, I think, quite obviously apply for Springathon. How many times have you seen this book on my channel? This is Blue by Kai Cooperschmidt, and this is In Search of Nature's Rarest Color. I can't wait to get to this book. And this is one of those books that has a whole bunch of pictures in it. Look at those blue sprayed edges. And this is one of those books that is almost like an art book or an architecture book. And it's like, it's too pretty to read, or it's, you know, this is something that you would put on your coffee table or look at, but I'm going to read it and I can't wait. It's just such a beautiful book. The last one is a reread for me, and I have been waiting to reread this for a really long time. This is The Orchardist by Amanda Coplin. This is one of the most beautiful books I've ever read. Now, that said, I am going to be rereading. I read it years ago for my In Real Life book group, and I've been meaning to reread it for a very, very long time. And this is about, it's the turn of the 20th century in a rural stretch of the Pacific Northwest, about a reclusive orchardist, William Talmadge. And I would love to get to this one. And like I said, I may not get to everything. Let me put this on hold. I'm going to come right back because there's one more book I thought of that I would love to get to, and let me show it to you. Okay, here is the last book that, when I was talking about Blue, and I said it's kind of like a coffee table book that you don't really read, you kind of look at. I thought of this book that I wanted to grab before I started the video and forgot. I just remembered. I lost the dust jacket a really long time ago, but I bought this book, I don't know how many years ago, and it is At Home with Books That May Look Backwards to You, and this is by Thomas B. Mosher. I think that's right. No, it's not right. Let me show you this. At Home with Books, How Book Lovers Live with and Care for Their Libraries, by a bunch of people. Estelle Ellis, Caroline Seabohm, Christopher Simon Sykes. And this is a true coffee table book. This is the first photograph on the title page. And it's basically photos and texts about books and decorating with books and home libraries. Let's see. Let me see if I can find you another good picture. Look. So This is one I really want to read and search through the pictures. To me, that falls under Mental Health May for self-care because it is such a beautiful book about books, decorating with books, having a home library, what other people's libraries look like. So another one that I really can't wait to get to. That's my TBR for May. We'll see if I get to it all. I don't know. I'm not making any promises. I could find something different that I choose. But I am going to get to, for sure, these two books for Mental Health May, The Body Keeps the Score and Mr. Flood's Last Resort. And the other one that I truly want to get to for Springathon is Earth and Soul in order to review it. So that is it for me. I'm back to my regular schedule, so stay posted for my bookish week on Sunday, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.